weekend. Did anybody here see Elf this weekend?
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
It's cold, Elf.
And I'm adorable.
You did it! Congratulations! World's best cup of coffee.
If Elf doesn't make you feel like Christmas, nothing will.
Jingle bell rock.
Sorry I can't ride with you the rest of the way out, but this is where my dad works. Well, have a good time. Oh, I forgot to give you a hug.
Yeah, I did all my own stunt food eating. Spaghetti with maple syrup, chocolate syrup, Pop-Tarts, and M&Ms.
Drop your pants and you're a star.
That's the simple recipe. I wish it was more complicated.
Jingle bell time is a swell time.
It was so much fun to have that movie be such a hit, and it really kind of opened a lot of doors for me.
That's the Jingle Bell Rock.
I was raised by a family of circus clowns, but aside from that, I had a pretty normal upbringing. Growing up in the mean streets of Irvine, Orange County, California.
Your dad was a keyboard player for the Righteous Brothers, your mom's teacher. At what point does comedy become important in your life?
It's just something I always wanted to do. But I didn't give it kind of any thought or any weight because I just saw how unpredictable my dad's life was as an entertainer. So I thought, I'm just not going to do that. I want a real job, and I didn't know what that meant. I thought I was going to go into like sports journalism, but I remember thinking, no, I got to try this comedy thing because it'll always be kind of itching away.
Tell me your mother.
My mother, it was, a huge figure in my life, a single mom who kind of really instilled values in us in terms of work ethic, and she's a big hero of mine.
Little Buddy Diapers.
His name is Buddy. He must have snuck into your sack at the orphanage.
And I actually sat down and had lunch with my father. I said, so Dad, I think I'm gonna give this a shot. I don't know what that means exactly, but I'm gonna try to get into comedy. And any words of advice? And he said, if it was only about talent, I wouldn't worry about you, because you really have some talent. But just know there's so much luck involved, and that if you go down this road and it's starting to feel, like you're not getting anywhere, it's okay to quit. Just do something else. I thought, well, this is such a crapshoot. I might as well have fun.
Did you ever stand up?
I did. I did it very painfully. It is the single hardest thing to do in terms of the comedy art forms. I did it poorly for like a year. Got 15 minutes of material. And that's why I fled to sketch comedy. I was doing stand-up, and then I found the Groundlings Theater on Melrose. I'm part of the audience, and I get pulled up into one of their sketches. I didn't say a word. I was paralyzed to the point where the other actor was like, "What's your problem? Stop bitching up." We've got a bitch up on stage here. Someone who's literally bitching up. I was terrible. You could take their classes, and I immediately found out that I was more suited for that. Plus, when you bombed, you weren't alone. I was there for 3 years, and then that spring of '95 was when SNL was doing like a nationwide search for a brand new cast. It was so frightening and scary that it almost wasn't. You're trying to remember what you're going to do. You're just pacing. You're hearing the person on stage doing their audition, so you're trying to block that out. Then the doors just open, and they're like, well, yeah, come on. I'm Will Ferrell. That was the biggest sinking moment, because here I am lying around with cat toys on the stage where the host for Saturday Night Live delivers the monologue every week. I was like, oh, this is the end.
I feel bad for the guy. Just hope he doesn't get wise.
Well, if he hasn't figured out he's a human by now, I don't think he ever will.
I'm in a void, rolling around going, oh my God, I'm going back to LA.
And most importantly, I told him where his father was, in a magical land called New York City.
In 1995, after a pair of nerve-wracking auditions, Lorne Michaels offered Ferrell a coveted spot in the SNL cast.
Little fun fact, that new cast, I'm the first cast member to have a line in our first show. I'm in the cold open. I flubbed my first line
With the prosecution
on live TV in my dream job.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
We got a new cast. It's never been on TV basically before.
I mean, we were lucky when I was hired. We had 8 new cast members, a whole new writing staff, so we were all thrown in together. The worst part of it was the big press conference we had to do. We're like in front of all this media, and we're just all sitting there, and we're all sweating and nervous, and in our little brand new clothes that the network's dressed us up in.
You will get a sentimental.
I actually got reviewed in our very first show, for at least for this cast, as the most annoying newcomer.
It seemed like your intention was to get your co-stars to laugh.
It literally took 5 years or so to not be afraid to step out on that stage. But once you got finally over the fear of doing that show, then the game for me became to surprise my fellow cast members.
Cheerleaders was kind of a breakout thing for me.
It becomes a little bit of a blood sport. Once you get someone giggling, you want to try to, you keep kind of pouring on the intensity to get them to, I don't know, it becomes this game where I loved kind of trying to incapacitate people by making them laugh.
I never imagined that I would get to play the president. You know you're going to be a go-to guy every week.
He was an overnight fan favorite and a star on the show for 7 seasons.
Best part of your SNL days?
Probably not throwing away the cowbell sketch.
Okay.
I tried it once earlier that year. It didn't work at the tape read-through, and I brought it back. Christopher Walken, I ruined his career.
My first guest ends his 7-year run as a cast member on Saturday Night Live. He is moving onward and upward. Please welcome Mr. Will Ferrell.
I had a great 7 years on the show, and I just, I'm so lucky to look back, and I had fun like every single week doing that show.
Now, what happened? Why the decision to move on? What happened?
It was the right time to go in terms of a certain amount of momentum I had. I had a movie that I'd shot called Old School that was being held, which is never a good sign. And I'm back in LA, and we'd written a script called Anchorman that had gotten rejected by like 20 different studios.
Right?
And then there was a script that needed a lot of work about a human who grew up at the North Pole, raised by elves.
Well, is it this year that you're going to be an elf? Is it this Christmas?
This Christmas,
Tell us about
I will
that.
I will be an elf. Yes, I'm in a film entitled Elf, where I'm a human raised at the North Pole by the elves, never knowing that he wasn't an elf.
It was kind of known for a certain style of comedy coming off of Saturday Night Live. I just filmed Old School, which hadn't come out yet. So here I am in this Christmas movie. I'm like, am I just gonna get killed on this?
I mean, I remember running around in New York in that outfit, literally thinking this is the end. In pointy shoes and in tights.
What does that feel like when you're having that conversation with yourself?
Yeah, I just knew it was a big roll of the dice. I knew it was either gonna really work or really fail. With a movie like this, because you know it's gonna be kind of a heartfelt Christmas movie, but I wanted to make sure it still had enough comedy there and enough distinct comedy to set it apart.
I really wanted this to be something special. In a Christmas movie, who knows, it might end up on TV. People might be growing up watching this movie.
It's the first time I've been the star of a movie, so it's great. It's a wonderful opportunity.
The movie was a complete surprise to me because I expected, frankly, to hate it, and I kind of loved it. A Saturday Night Live refugee and a Christmas comedy didn't sound promising, but Elf is a charmer with a heart and a sense of humor, and it goes on the short list of holiday comedies that I can stand.
Elf became an instant holiday classic when it premiered in 2003, grossing over $220 million at the box office.
Will Ferrell is lovable, that's really the only word for it, as a relentlessly cheerful buddy who spreads good cheer even in the face of humbugs like James Caan.
It's just a kind of a wonderful Christmas story that kind of worked on all these levels.
So now you are America's most beloved Christmas figure.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
You feel like you become like almost like tinsel or something, or like part of Christmas, part of the fabric of Christmas?
It's pretty amazing. Yeah, I'm, you know, I can do anything I want from Thanksgiving through January 13th. People just let me into their houses. I can borrow their speedboat if I want to. I can shoplift. I can just do whatever because of Elf.
But we can't think of Christmas without Elf now. Very lucky to have, you know, it's very rare to have something that people watch again and again and yet have it land around Christmas. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and hurt you.
Suddenly, you know, Will Ferrell, you have become the guy to go to for movies. From what I read and hear, you're going into a million different directions.
I think there's 50 films I'm in this year. We're trying to break a record.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Okay. Super fortunate in that the first 3 movies hit after I leave the show are Old School, Elf, and Anchorman.
Yeah, bang, bang, bang.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
I mean, I think the one thing you have to be completely in comedy is fearless, and once you kind of make a decision to make whatever choice you're going to make, you can't look back.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It
gets the people going.
If Elf wasn't successful, Anchorman might not have been made.
Exactly. Yeah. And the beauty of Ron Burgundy is he really doesn't evolve ever.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
He's a little bit vain. He's a terrible journalist.
I mean, the one element I always look for in any sort of script or project is how much they're going to pay me.
You're producing too, right? So you're a big boss.
You'll hear me yelling for no reason.
He helped launch the website Funny or Die, which spawned Billy on the Street and Between Two Ferns.
You know, I hear the camera adds 10 pounds. Looks like you've eaten 5 cameras.
Funny or Die has been this great kind of playground for stuff like that. I think it kind of scratches that itch you still have from doing sketch comedy where you have an idea and it's not really good for anything.
Did we just become best friends? Yep!
It seems you enjoy, too, Will, occupying this place and embracing who you are, like the Elf stunt at the LA Kings game, showing up at the Lakers game, and effectively arresting Shaq.
I just told my wife, you know what? I want to go to a Kings game and just dress as Buddy the Elf with a cigarette.
I'm just happy that I'm given the opportunity to try different things.
There's a significant change, of course, in attention. How did you handle that? Because you're not a guy that loves the world of paparazzi, all this shit. How did you handle?
Unlike you,
well,
you love it.
You know, I finally just started to stop coming up with other jobs I could do if this all goes to shit. You just live in mortal fear of people all of a sudden hate you. And or you're not funny anymore or whatever.
Everyone likes to see like a lovable, stupid guy, you know, which is why I have a career.
No, I don't have a stunt. No, I do all my own stunts. Do you enjoy being Will? It feel good just to be Will? I like being Will Ferrell, sure. I mean, when you look like this,